yo, Lord Roll, aka Mega Blitz. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Miraidon EX. Hot off of Jesse Parker's third place finish at the World Championships. Miraidon is back, and it's better than ever. Jesse's Miraidon list truly has really taken Turbo Miraidon almost to the next level, being able to one-hit KO pretty much any Pokemon V in the format on your first turn attacking with very quick ampy very muches coming off the table. It really is a very fast and aggressive deck, and since the World Championships have kind of concluded, Miraidon is one of those decks that I've been seeing pop up more often lately, so I really wanted to give Miraidon another shot, and I'm so glad that I did. It's been one of my favorite decks to play as of recently, so let's jump right in to Jesse's deck list. Alrighty, here we are at that deck list. Jesse Parker's third place World Championships deck. So congratulations to Jesse for top 4 and everybody that performed very well at the World Championships. For Jesse's Miraidon list, it really looks like we're going for just pure speed, aggression. We're trying to hit at least 2 energies off of our Electric Generator. We're trying to get to that 220 Photon Blaster on our Miraidon EX. We're also trying to, even depending on the matchup, get to 4 energies on the Iron Hands EX for that amp you very much to be able to take an additional prize card, maybe in that Gardevoir matchup or the Lost Box matchup. Sometimes even that Lugia matchup, being able to take 3 prize cards could be very helpful. With the deck really just kind of being very fast and very aggressive with things like Electric Generators, we're trying to Squawk and Seize, we're trying to research away our hand, we're trying to kind of just like flip the script as often as we can when things get KO'd, or really just trying to attack every turn, the first turn if we can, to try to take 2 prizes very quickly and very efficiently. So this deck list is really just pure speed. So let's jump right in to that gameplay. Alrighty, here we are at that gameplay, at the coin flip here. Our opponent did pick tails, so ended up letting on heads there with that Munchlax coin. So we're going to elect to go second here, and the reason I elect to go second is because I want to be able to use supporter, and I want to be able to attack first. I want to be able to get my Miraidon to 230, so I can Photon Blaster for that 220 damage, and really just kind of take off here. And it looks like we're against some sort of Dragapult deck. Could be Dragapult Pidgeot, maybe Dragapult Charizard, or you see that Charmander come down here. So we're definitely looking at a Dragapult Charizard. So buddy popping for them for the Dreepy and the Charmander. Past turn, our hand also not super great. We have a Zapdos in the active, which is not ideal. We have the Nest Ball for a Miraidon here, so we can tandem unit to be able to get ourselves a Miraidon EX and an Iron Hands, and then we're going to tandem unit another time to grab ourselves that Raikou potentially, and we're going to like to not actually grab the Raikou here, so we can just kind of take a quick little deck search. And the reason I like to not do that is because I would ideally like to be able to try to maybe get a Fezandipiti down, maybe a Mew EX or a Squawkabilly so I can Squawk and Seize or something of that nature. So we're going to actually attach the energy here so we can retreat out of the Zapdos, but we're going to use our Ultra Ball to pitch the generator and that lightning energy to be able to find that Squawkabilly to Squawk and Seize. And unfortunately, we don't hit another generator or even a supporter like Arven or something like that. So we're just going to bench the Fezandipiti EX here in past turn. Not quite what we wanted to do. We wanted to be able to potentially amp you very much to take 2 prize cards on that Dreepy here. So if we take 2 prize cards on that Dreepy, puts it a 4-6 split and puts us in a really solid position to kind of close out that game here. So our opponent got an Ultra Ball here, grab that Rotom V, be able to bench the Rotom, gonna open up that Forest Sealstone of potential and be able to have access to that instant charge ability as well. So we're gonna use that Arven here, Rare Candy into the Forest Sealstone, which is not what we wanted to see. So we're going to be able to use that Star Alchemy here. But now if we Rare Candy into a Dragapult EX here into the active spot. So if our opponent is able to Rare Candy into Charizard and then also find their way into a Psychic Energy, they could take a KO on this Zapdos and put 6 damage counters on maybe the Squawkabilly or something like that. But they're just going to actually Star Alchemy for that Neo Upper Energy to be able to take a KO on our Zapdos here, spreading up the damage counters so they can just one-shot our Miraidon EX, our Iron Hands, and our Fezandipiti EX. So we really have to kind of be careful on what we leave in the active spot here, making sure that we're not leaving any kind of room for error. So we're going to get our way into an Arven here. We're going to grab that Forest Sealstone, of course, and then we're going to grab an Electric Generator here. And this list does not play Raichu, so we cannot get to that really big 320 damage with a bunch of energy. So we're going to Electric Generator here, and we're going to attach 2 energies to that Iron Hand EX, and then we're going to be able to Prime Catcher, pull up the Charmander here, amp you very much to be able to take 2 prize cards. We're just going to 4-5 split in this matchup here, where we're going to attach the energy and the Bravery Charm to our bench Miraidon EX, and then we're going to flip the script to draw 3, hitting into a couple energy, Mew EX, and an Electric Generator here. We're going to be able to Raikou V for that Star Alchemy ability. We're going to grab ourselves Boss's Orders. And the reason I grab Boss is because if I'm in a position where I can maybe pull up that Rotom, take 2 prize cards, or maybe something of that nature, then I'm going to be in a really nice spot to be able to go 2-4 and then hopefully 6 on that Dragapult here. We end up getting an Electric Energy and a Boss off of our prize card. So using that Raikou V for that Boss doesn't feel great for that Forest Sealstone, but unfortunately, they're going to be able to Phantom Dive for 200 to get KO on our Iron Hands EX here, but they're actually going to Boss's Orders and actually pull up our Fezandipiti, which is a really smart decision, stopping that flip the script, allowing me to not draw as many cards, and then being able to spread, of course, some more damage counters as well. So 210 total on that Fezandipiti. 6 damage counters goes to our bench Miraidon EX here. But we have Boss's Orders in hand. So I'm actually in a position where we're just going to hit that generator real quick, get 1 energy, put it to the Miraidon EX, be able to attach for turn to that Miraidon EX as well, and then also be able to have access to Mew EX, and I'm going to be able to use Boss's Orders this turn as well. So we're going to Boss and pull up that Dracolock here to be able to amp you very much to take 2 more prize cards. And we're going to bench the Iron Bundle. The reason I bench Iron Bundle here is because if they end up playing Iono or something and put me down to 2 cards in hand, and I don't get my way into another boss, I can just bundle up the Rotom V if they don't bench something else, and then be able to Photon Blaster for game and be alright. So that's the reason we bench the Iron Bundle here, to kind of skew that a little bit, or even be able to take a KO on that Lumineon V. But that Lumineon V is going to be able to use that Luminous Sign and grab that Iono that I was talking about probably. So they're going to bench a Pidgey here, which is also unfortunate, because now that Photon Blaster is only actually going to take 1 prize card. But we actually get Iono'd into a Boss's Orders, which works out in our favor here. So our opponent going to Ultra Ball, pitch 2 cards from their hand, be able to find themselves that Pidgeot EX here. Then they're going to be able to Phantom Dive to take 2 more prize cards, putting us at a 1-2 split. But we have that Boss's Orders in hand, so when they go to KO, I can use Iron Bundle and Hyper Blower, but they're going to put up that Pidgey, which is not what we want. So we're just going to be able to have that Boss's Orders here to be able to just boss up the Rotom or the Lumineon for game. Photon Blaster to take our last 2 prize cards to pull out the victory here. And then, of course, also top decking that Lumineon V there. Kind of just a little salt in the wound at the end. But really able to just showcase the pure speed of Miraidon EX. Even if you don't get that first attack, Miraidon EX proves itself to be one of the best decks to play in the format. Against Dragapult Charizard, one of the better decks in the format. And you're really in a position where if you're playing against Regidrago V-Star or Raging Bolt, you can kind of just boss and pull up the Ogre Pawns and then Photon Blaster for 220 and just take 2 prize cards. So you're chasing down those small 2 prize Pokemon and able to take prize cards. And you're also in a position where you can like pull up a Pidgeot EX and, you know, Photon Blaster for 220, hit that for weakness, and shut off that quick search ability, and being able to maybe pull up a Lumineon V, amp for 3. This deck has so many cool things that it can pull off. So now let's jump right in to that after. All right, that's going to do it for today's video. Once again, huge shout out to Jesse Parker for that great Worlds finish and all the other Worlds competitors as well. Congratulations to all of you. I want to make sure to put this deck list in the description below, so you guys want to try it out for yourself. You'll be able to. Jesse cooked up an absolute banger deck list for the World Championships, and I think it really transitions well into our format after Worlds. But if you guys enjoy the content I've been making so far on the channel, don't forget to leave a like, smash the subscribe button. I really would appreciate it. And I'll see you all in the next one. Peace!